Thank you so much for having us here today. We are so blessed to be able to be here. I love starting off with a verse, so I'm going to read 2 Corinthians 15:7. But as for you, be strong, do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. They are going to introduce themselves, and we'll go into our first song.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm 31 years old. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I've been in the program about 5 months now, and my stand-on verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Hello, my name is Sarah Young, and I'm 32, and I'm from Weatherford, Texas. My stand-on verse is trust in the Lord with all your heart, Proverbs 3:5.
Hi, good morning. My name is Alba, I'm 40 years young, the oldest one up here. From San Antonio. I am 2 weeks into the program tomorrow, so I'm still kind of looking for my verse.
My name is Christina Russell. I'm 44 years old. I'm a wife, a mother of 8, a grandmother of 2. I've been in the program for 4 months, and my stand-on verse is Psalms 34:22. The Lord redeems the life of his servants, and all that take refuge in him will not be punished.
Okay. Again, my name is Ashley. I am 31 years old from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My story starts out pretty normal. I was baptized at birth, and when I was about 3 years old, I was very sick. I was not expected to make it, and I was told by my grandparents that the doctor, my pediatrician, had actually gone on a missions trip for a week, and when they came back, I was still sitting in the hospital bed. And the doctor asked my grandma, and he said, "Do you believe in miracles?" And my grandma was like, "Yes, of course." And he said, "Well, you're looking at one right now, sitting on that hospital bed," because I didn't expect her to be alive when I came back. So life goes on. At the age of 12, my relationship with my father was not good. Physically, he was always there, but mentally and emotionally, it was very abusive. So I did everything I could. I surrounded myself with my friends. I was a dancer from, all throughout high school. I started socially using drugs in high school to kind of numb out the pain of the lack of the father that I had at home but didn't have at home. I was in and out of very abusive relationships. I got pregnant at the age of 22. I delivered my beautiful daughter at the age of 23. I got in a very ungodly relationship a few years ago, and I started using very heavy drugs with that person. And I found myself in jail facing 20 to life, and went to rehab in Nashville, Tennessee. Got out. I was sober about 5.5 months. I tried to quit using drugs. If it wasn't for myself, I tried for my daughter, but I could not. I was in and out of NA, AA. The one thing that was missing was God. I do know that now. So I relapsed and was in the same relationship with the same person. Started using again. A very tragic accident happened where that person's brother actually was overdosed by the methadone clinic, and we found him, and that changed my life forever. My addiction spiraled out of control. I was at the deepest point that I had ever been in my entire life. I was searching. I didn't know what I was searching for, but I was searching for something, anything to hang on to that was keeping me around. I didn't know why I was still alive. I had no clue. I wanted to die. I had attempted suicide a couple of times. And I had moved to Arkansas, and was in a very altered state of mind. And every night I was crying myself to sleep. I remember towards the end of that journey, I remember crying out, God, if you are real, help me, because I can't do this on my own. I have tried, and I have tried, and I have tried for 2.5 years to enter into this program on my own, and I couldn't do it. I would bail the night before every single time I tried to enter this program. And I said, so if you're real, I know I need to go. I need your help getting in here. On May 1st, the cops were called. There was a domestic violence issue, and he wasn't going to arrest me. He just told me to pack my overnight bag, and he was going to take me to the next town, have me call a ride, and that was that. And looking back now, I know that God shut my mouth and the Holy Spirit spoke for me, because instead of him taking me to the next town to call a ride to come get me, I asked to be arrested. And I know that if I didn't end up dead, I was not going to be in this program. It was either me end up back in jail and enter this program, or I was going to die, and I know that. So it's amazing now that I've been here 5 months what this program has done for me. I am a mother to my daughter more than I have ever been in the 8 years that she's been alive. The family restoration that I have with my dad and the rest of my family is undescribable. The peace and the joy and the laughter that I can now experience, it's amazing. And the freedom that I feel is all due to this program. You guys, it's amazing. So that's my testimony. Thank you, guys.
Amen. I think the nerves got the best of us. Sorry about that. So I am Carmen Simon. I graduated the program in 2010. God is a good God. When I came into the program, I was 23 years old roughly, and it was my darkest pit. I was facing 10 years, 3 felonies, had no idea where to go. I had very tough parents, my mother especially. She told me no all the time. She never denied me a plate of food or gas in my car, but she never gave me money because she knew where it was going. And I was like, no, Mom, no, it's not going to that. I just need to pay for this, I need to pay for that. I was lying. And she knew it, but I didn't want to face it. I didn't want to say I was an addict. But when I got arrested last time and the judge said, 10 years or you go to Teen Challenge. Of course I'm going to be like, of course Teen Challenge. I'll do that, whatever you want me to do, Judge. I did not know what I was getting into. I walk in and all these people are loving on me. Like the promo video said, I've never seen love like that. I grew up knowing who God was. My mom was a prayer warrior. But I didn't know who God was in my heart. When I got to Teen Challenge and I was able to see that love right in front of me and not pushing it away because I had to be there, but because I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that love. I was able to get through the program. I did my probation. I finished everything. But where God has me today is amazing. After the 12, well, back when I was in the program, it was 13 months, but now 12-month program. After you're done, you could do an internship. I ended up signing on for the internship, did my 5 months, and I went home. I finished school, did everything what I had to do, but God called me for so much more than just working, getting married, becoming a wife, becoming a mother, that when God called me back into the program, it was my lowest time. I was going through a divorce. And I felt my identity was coming out of my husband, out of being a new mother. And he just picked me up from that pit all over again and said, no, this isn't who you are. He brought me back in to Teen Challenge back in 2014 and changed my life all over again. Another way, I was able to be on his staff. I'm able to feed these ladies. I've seen every one of these ladies come into the program. And when I thought it was my darkest time, I was able to feed people. I never thought I could do that. When I think about who I was, that girl sitting in jail, not knowing who I was, not knowing if I was gonna have to go to prison. And I cried out to God in jail, but that was just jailhouse religion. And I didn't want to be that person anymore. But when I was able to come back and start serving the Lord full-heartedly with everything I had inside of me, I'm no longer just a mother or just a wife. I'm God's child in this world, and I see that. I have two beautiful boys, 6 and 3. I recently, with God's blessing, I was able to get a home for the first time. And all these blessings that we need here on earth, we all need shelter, we all need food, is beyond what I thought I could do for myself. If I depended on myself, I would be back on the streets. Back in December, I recently lost my mother. And because of God, I'm able to get through that grief. I'm able to move forward and know that she prayed me right here, right now, because that's what she saw in me, the same way that God saw that in me and picked me out of that pit because he saw something in me, which is amazing. I thank you very much for coming, for letting us come out here today. And I wanted to go over our newest thing in Teen Challenge is our sponsorship program. You could sponsor $35 a month to be able to save a life. It's amazing. If my mom was able to tell me no and was able to pick me up from that dark pit, and my mother was handicapped in a wheelchair my whole life, and she was able to do that. How amazing is that God has called us? I have sponsored somebody, and I work there. So this is what if God has put this in your heart, please come and see me later. We'll be here at the picnic and everything. But thank you so much for allowing us to come here to be able to share our testimonies. I haven't shared my testimony in a long time, and I'm sorry if I was a bit of everywhere. But God is just amazing God. He's so good, merciful, and amazing. And just thank you very much.
The girls have a table set up in the back as well. Take time to stop by there. Everything that is on that table, everything that's sold there is going to go toward helping these girls in the program. So there are T-shirts, there's some handmade products and things like that. I want to really encourage you to stop by, visit, get to know them. Now, there may be some here today that you have a loved one, you have someone who needs to know about Teen Challenge, or maybe it's you that needs to know about the program and know more about it. Take some time to hang out today. They will be here with us through the picnic, and get a chance to talk to them and find out about the program and how you can direct the person that you love in that direction who has an addiction issue. Thank you, ladies, for being with us. It was fantastic. I want to invite